What are some ways to practice speaking English mentioned in the podcast? Finding a partner, practicing in front of a mirror, recording yourself, role playing. What kind of sentences should you start practicing to learn grammar basics? Simple sentences with a subject, verb, and object. Let's continue. The fourth mistake is ignoring listening practice. Listening is very important when learning English. Think about how you learned from your native language. You probably listen to your parents and caregivers talk for a long time before you started talking to yourself. You don't practice listening. It can be hard to understand people when they speak English. Here are some ways to improve your listening. Use podcasts or audiobooks. Start with podcasts like ours and audiobooks that are spoken more slowly. This helps you get used to the rhythm and flow of spoken English. Listen to music with lyrics. Pay attention to how the words are pronounced and sung. Watch movies and TV shows with English titles. This helps you see the words and hear how they are pronounced. Famous sitcoms like Friends and Modern Family use words that are not too difficult. You can watch them both for both entertainment and learning English, but don't watch them too early. When you're just starting out, it will be hard to keep up with the native speaker's speed and you might get bored quickly. The last mistake is being afraid to make mistakes. That sounds strange, right? But making mistakes is normal part of learning. If you're afraid to make mistakes, it can slow down your learning. When you make mistakes, you learn what you need to do to improve. It's important to see mistakes as a chance to learn, not something bad. Everyone makes mistakes, even people who speak English very well. Right now in this podcast, we are also finding 5 common mistakes to fix so we can improve day by day. When you were a child, you often tripped and failed until you could walk steadily. As you grow up, you also make mistakes. Wait, we can never stop that. But we can make those mistakes less and less by finding the right direction, by practicing hard. Here's how to turn mistakes into stepping notes. Firstly, stay positive. Understand making mistakes is a crucial part of learning. No one can be successful for a long time without making mistakes. Instead of feeling down about them, see each mistake as a way to get better. And remember to learn from mistakes. When you make an error, take time to reflect on what you went wrong and how you can correct it in the future. This helps you remember what you learned better and stop you from making the same mistakes again. The last thing is also the most important thing is practice makes perfect. Engaging in conversation with supportive friends can boost your confidence. They can give you helpful advice and support, making it safe for you to practice speaking without worrying about being judged. You can find mentors online or offline who are experts in learning English and can help you learn the right way. Ignore. Definition: to ignore something is to choose not to notice it and pay attention to it on purpose. Example: please don't ignore my advice. It is important for you. Safety. Rhythm. Definition: a strong, regular, repeated pattern of movement of sound. Example: the music had a catchy rhythm that made everyone want to dance. Feedback. Definition: information about reaction to a product or a person's performance of a task. are used as the basics for improvement. Example, she asked her boss for feedback on her presentation to know how she can improve. Pronounce. Definition, to make the sound of a word or letter in the correct way. Example, can you pronounce this word correctly for me? Steadily. Definition, in a regular and continuous way, gradually. Example, the company's profits have been steadily increasing over the past year. What is the benefit of listening to podcasts made for English learner? They speak more slowly and clearly, making it easier to understand. Why it is important not to be afraid of making mistakes when learning English? Making mistakes is a natural part of learning, and it helps you understand what you need to improve. That's all for today's episode. We hope you find our tips useful for your English learning journey. Remember, making mistakes is okay and a part of learning. Practice speaking, thinking English. Learn grammar basics. Practice listening and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Keep practicing and you will get better every day. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to explore, send us a message. Thank you for listening and see you in the next episode. This is Leo and Gwen from Podcast and Cheer.